What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know, you know, you know. It's been crazy because I literally just finished doing a video talking about Cedric Wilson. The Cowboys say that they're going to probably be priced out of the market of re-signing him. We know Brian Aguilar that we don't have any money to pay the punter. I know that the Dallas Cowboys aren't going to do shit when it comes to free agency because Stephen Jones, let's say it together, loves value picks. You know what? I'm going to say this. When I do construction work for people and they don't want to spend a whole lot of money, I say, God, cost effective. Cost effective? Man, that sounds pretty good. Cost effective. You know what cost effective means, right? It means that you can afford it. It's cost effective, which means it's cheap for your broke ass because your cheap ass don't want to spend money. So when Stephen Jones says value pick, he means cheap. Why are things cheap? Because they're not as good as the good shit. Okay? There's a difference between Bacardi Light Dry rum and Zaya 25-year-old rum. The light and dry will get you drunk. It's cost effective. Burns like hell. But that Zaya 25-year-old Citron, ooh, that's smooth. Got a nice taste to it. Has notes. That light dry Bacardi, it burns like hell. That's the difference of being cost effective and the good shit. I know the Cowboys won't do something like this, but see, I said this would happen. I said that there's going to be players that are still decent players that can help your team. Decent players that can still help your team. I said, what if the Dallas Cowboys had taken a few of those value picks and said, we're going to sell out on a couple of players to really make an upgrade? You know, a few years back, I said, go for Calais Campbell when he was coming off of the Cardinals. Excuse me. He's too old. He only gets 6 or 7 sacks. That's what they said. He was runner-up Defensive Player of the Year. Got the Jacksonville Jaguars farther in the playoffs than we've been. To the AFC Championship game. Too much money. I said 4 years ago when Demario Davis was a free agent from the Jets, when he sat there in my house, I said, this is the kind of guy we need at linebacker right here. Too much money. Too much money. Well, we drafted Van Der Esch in the first round. We paid Jalen Smith a big fat contract. We still don't have a linebacker. You could look and say, damn, what if they had gotten Demario Davis to play linebacker, a guy who hasn't missed a single game and has over 110 tackles every year and about 3 or 4 sacks? He has many sacks this past year, as D-Law did, as a linebacker. Too expensive. I said, what if the Cowboys had gotten a really good linebacker this year? What if they had gotten a really good run stuffer? I'm not saying the best. I'm not saying the best. Because there's some guys that were really good. They're about $7-8 million. Maybe 9-10 for the linebacker. Then if we had a great middle linebacker to go with to go with Micah Parsons, and a run stopper that would keep the people off of him, do you think that defense would have been great against the run? I do. So, one of the guys that I said that if you have an opportunity to get, maybe you can get them because they're in the twilight of their career. And because maybe you have a relationship with Dan Quinn. Bobby Wagner. Yes, Bobby Wagner has some miles on him. But Bobby Wagner this past year had 170 tackles. I want to say a sack and an interception to go with 80 assists. Now, the truth of the matter is, he was released because Seattle's probably looking at rebuilding. And they figure, we're starting the clock over. We don't have a quarterback right now. It's going to be a couple years from now. Let's start clearing up cap room, because he was actually scheduled to make $20 million. I'm not saying we should spend $20 million for him. They end up having $3.5 million as dead money. But if you can work out a deal for a Bobby Wagner to work with Dan Quinn, a guy who he knows, a guy that looks and says, I don't have much time left in my career. I've made plenty of money. Let me try and do this to be with a coach that I really like. And let me try and see if we can be a team and get a chance at that Super Bowl one more time. Become that leader on the defense, knowing the system and what Dan Quinn wants to do. Ooh-wee. I know this is a pipe dream because I know how Stephen Jones operates. He believes he's the smartest guy in the room and that he knows how to build a team. But I've got to say, the team you keep building does not seem to make it to the promised land. And it seems like other teams have learned and gone past what the Cowboys did 30 years ago. This is the new way of building teams. It's fast. It's hard hitting. It's getting what you need right now. And we have some needs on defense. Our problem? Run, run, run. We couldn't run the ball consistently last year. And you can point to where our team started to slump was when the running game went downhill. And in crunch time, we could not stop the run. We'll have 8 picks, I believe, in the draft with the compensatory pick that we get from Andy Dalton. It's good. Not great, but it's good. And you'll be able to find some starters. And we're going to need some starters on this roster because of the amount of free agents that we're going to let go. We can't plug them all with draft picks. If you're going to take and say, D-Law, see you later, and you're going to make him a June 1st cut, and you get $19 million, what if you say, we're going to make, say, a 2-year deal or a 3-year deal with Bobby Wagner, and we backload it, have some guaranteed money in it. So basically, it costs you, say, $10 million of that $19 million. Hypothetically. And let's say, instead of getting the value picks, the Carlos Watkins guys, the Terrell Bashams, you go to the next level of getting a big run stopper. And you do a 2-year deal where it costs you $6 or $7 million. Are we better as a defense with D-Law? Or are we better in the defense where we have a Bobby Wagner, we have a run stuffer, and no D-Law? And we have Micah Parsons playing more in the end. Because my contention is this. If you got 3 big nasties in the middle, and I think Neville Gallimore's one of those, I think OC will get that man body on him, get rid of the college fat. He'll get that man body, and we good on the other side. And then you get the big run stopper in the middle. That defensive line that's quick and can push up the middle. That if you put the speed out there on Micah Parsons, He's going to end up getting a lot of one-on-one, and he's going to do a lot of damage. And if you have a linebacker like a Bobby Wagner that's in the middle, that stays healthy, that knows how to tackle, and knows how to drive through the carriers, all of a sudden you've got a defense that's really going to be good. I know it won't happen, but it's nice to dream about what you wish the Cowboys would try. Because the Cowboys, well, they don't believe in getting really good players to supplement what they do in the draft. They do good things in the draft. But unfortunately, drafting players is not enough to win it all. So that's all I got for you guys right now. And, probably some more news will break, because right now everything's coming hard and heavy. And keep bringing it to you. It's been a great day. Just finished pouring some of my the cutting boards out there. Shout out to everybody who's ordered some more stuff. Understand, if you're ordering one of the butcher blocks and things, it's about a 2 to 3 week process. So give me time to get those, especially if they're hand painted ones, like the Mike Myers one, and like the bull. Those were a lot of details, and I'm getting old and shaky, so it takes me some time. But I appreciate each and every one of you all for being here and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Have a great night, and God willing, I'll see you in the morning. And make sure you tell somebody you love that you love them tonight. See ya.